The Emerald Queen Casino presenting George Thorogood and the Destroyers Rock Party Tour July 8th. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. And by Safeco Insurance. Find a local agent at safeco.com. Do more. Time now for a Coors Light refreshing finish. And here we go. Marco Gonzalez coming off a complete game, his first.
Just had great command in his last outing. 96 pitches, 71 strikes, and really mixed it up. That's been a big key for him this year. And in his last outing against Kansas City, 9 innings, 6 hits, just 1 earned run. Did not walk anybody, 7 strikeouts, which has been a big part of Marco. Mixing it up, but more importantly, throwing quality strikes, which is what he was able to do. Work on the corners, change speeds, and let his defense play behind him. Pretty good combination for Marco Gonzalez. Already 8 wins on the year, looking for win number 9.
He'll be opposed by Jaime Perea, who gets the start because Tyler Skaggs went on the DL.
Pretty good fastball at 92 miles an hour, slider, changeup. You saw yesterday's game, pretty good chance that Perea is going to throw his slider and throw it a lot. It's been his best pitch. Opponent's hitting just 156 on the slider. He threw it 40% of the time in his last outing.
Mariners beat Perea back on June 12th right here at Safeco Field. Well, as we get you closer to first pitch action, D. Gordon bringing some smiles, some happiness to fans here at Safeco Field. It's the Mariners and the Angels, the rubber match. First pitch is straight ahead.
Struck him out. Pastime, baby! Let's play.
Hey, it is Bark in the Park night here at the ballpark. Bring your favorite pooch to watch 9 innings of baseball and hopefully another Mariner win. Boy, it's the beauties here, too, let me tell you. Welcome, everybody, to Mariner Baseball. Safeco Field, the scene. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew. Mariners trying to win this series against the Angels after having their 8-game win streak snapped last night. Marco Gonzalez taking the field, and he has been sensational for the Mariners in his last 5 games. 3-0, 1.36 ERA. Pitching well here at home. Let's take a look at the batting order he'll face here tonight.
And for Mike Scioscia, David Fletcher will lead things off for the Angels. The rookie off to a good start, hitting .311 overall. And hitting third in the lineup, it will be Mike Trout, second in the American League with 24 home runs. Cole Calhoun will round out the 9th, 3 for 5 with a home run in yesterday's ball game. And for Marco, on the year, looking for his 9th win, a .377 ERA. 100 innings on the year, 87 strikeouts, over just 20 walks, opponents hitting .270. Good fastball at 90 miles an hour. Changeup, curveball, cutter. And the defense. Ben Gamble will get the start in right field. Haniger, a late scratch, out of the lineup today. Segura and Gordon will play up the middle, and Chris Herman will do the catching. Mike Zunino going on the DL. Marco really pitched well in his last outing. You can see it right there. 9 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned run. Didn't walk anybody, 7 strikeouts, 96 pitches, 71 for strikes.
So injury update: Zunino left ankle bone bruise. He's down, and Haniger bruised right knee. So Chris Herman still getting to know the pitching staff. Talked to Chris before the game. He was watching some video of Marco. Here's David Freitas, just recalled again, and Zunino on the DL, left ankle bone bruise. Don't know how it happened. Remember last night he had to go first to third. Did a good job. And Herman, I caught him earlier this afternoon watching video of Marco Gonzalez, and he was really impressed with his ability recently, the success with his fastball. See how that works here tonight. Here's David Fletcher. What an athletic play he made last night in the 7th inning to rob Gene Segura. A little flare shot and a balletic move. He looked like Baryshnikov getting up in the air and reaching out and snaring a soft liner. First pitch of the ball game as we get this party started. Ball 1. Fletcher 1 for 4 last night with a run batted in. He batted 9th in last night's game and led off in the first game on Tuesday. 2-0 from Marco. Crowd of about 30,000 expected here tonight. 5th start for Marco against the Angels. 4.66 ERA. No record. A couple of no decisions. He's 3-0 here. Nice temperature, 75 degrees. Andrelton Simmons is on deck. And there's the first strike of the ball game. Rookie out of Loyola Marymount, Southern California. 3-1 pitch. And he loses it. Not the start he was looking for. Base runner on for the Angels, who come in with a record of 44 and 43. 12.5 back of Houston. 12 games behind, 11 games behind the Mariners. We're at 55 and 32. Here's Simmons, the shortstop, 1 for 5 yesterday. And Marco will be careful with him. 375 his last 10 games and 4 for 7 against Gonzalez. Fletcher playing in just this 18th game, 1 for 1 in base stealing.
One of the keys for Marco is, yes, his fastball and his fastball command. He's also had the ability to use his curveball to get back into some counts. Probably see a curveball to Simmons. And then, of course, the changeup. She starts him off with the changeup right there at 84 miles an hour. Picks his spots to use the cutter.
Long pause. Here's the 0-1. 1-1.
And that was the cutter in off the plate. Seen him do that more and more lately, using the cutter, move the right-handers off the plate, back with a changeup or a curveball. One left-handed hitter in the lineup for the Angels this evening. Cole Calhoun hitting 9th.
Simmons made himself a really good offensive player since coming over from Atlanta. Up the middle, base hit. Those 2 men have reached. And that brings us to Mr. Trout. Best player in baseball. StatCast powered by AWS. Micah, career .332 here at Safeco Field. 20 homers, 52 runs batted in. To say he's been a pain is an understatement.
Well, and I think one of the keys is for Marco trying to get the two hitters out that are hitting in front of him, so that if you want to pitch around him, you can. So a little bit of trouble here in the first.
You bet. Mike's 5 for 9 with a homer against Marco.
Curveball.
Trout 1 for 3 in last night's game. Mike Scioscia in the first game batted him second. This is back-to-back nights batting in the 3-hole. His name all over the American League leaderboard. 0-1. Give you an idea how good Trout's year is. Tied for second in home runs, 7th in batting average, 2nd in runs scored, 4th in total bases, 3rd in slugging, 1st in on base, 1st in walks, among others.
Great numbers hitting with runners in scoring position. Against Marco, he is 5 for 9 with a home run.
Stat Service looking for a big bounce back tonight. See if Marco can get out of trouble here. 1-1 here to Trout. Bounce foul. Mariners last night twice intentionally walked Trout and intentionally passed on him in the 8th inning in Tuesday's game. A 4-1 Mariner win behind Wade LeBlanc. Garrett Richards with the win for the Angels last night. 5 1/3. Picking up his 5th win. One-two pitch.
Really struggling here in the first with his fastball. Fastball on average at 90 miles an hour. We've seen that. The velocity is fine, but his location, especially to the outside corner, has been a challenge for him here in the first.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Mike Trout. Couple of men aboard. Strike 3 called. He didn't like the call from Mark Rippinger. That's a very big out. 1 down.
It's on the cut fastball, 87 miles an hour. Primera Supremo started off the plate, tried to get the outside corner. Borderline, but Marco gets the call.
Sure was. Every now and then you got to get one.
Nice job by Chris Herman doing the catching tonight.
There's Justin Upton, 1 for 5 with an RBI last night. Mark Rippinger, home plate umpire. Doug Eddings at first, Marty Foster at second, Joe West, the crew chief, at third.
And missing away, 91 miles an hour, well off the plate.
Marco looking for a double play ball. He's got D. Gordon playing right up the middle. 2-0 pitch. He is not sharp here in the early going. 3-0.
Missing with the changeup. A base hit on his changeup. Pujols waiting on deck. Gonna have to go to the cutter a little bit more than he planned here in the early going until he settles in. Maybe even mix in a curveball.
3-0 here to Upton. Couple of men aboard. And the bases are loaded. Fletcher to third. Simmons to second. And yep, here comes Mel Stoudemire Jr.
Well, 17 pitches, just 6 strikes for Marco. I don't know that we've seen him struggle with his command this year.
He maxed at 13 pitches in his last game, the complete game. He's throwing 17 here in the top of the first.
Really, it's been his fastball command. It looks as if he has a pretty good changeup. His cutter, we've seen that. I think just the one curveball so far in the inning.
They break it up here. Bases loaded. Now you got to deal with Albert Pujols.
Well, the good news is Albert does not run well, so if you can get him to hit the ball on the ground, you get a double play and get out of the inning.
Albert's grounded into 9 double plays. Second on the team to Ian Kinsler. They could use one here. Bases loaded. Ball 1. Albert 2 for 8 against Marco.
Missing with the curveball. Kyle Seager playing really deep over at third.
Breaking ball for a strike.
He's trying to find something to get his mechanics back in line. So a couple of curveballs. I think it's a good idea. Go to the breaking ball.
Albert's been swinging the bat well lately. Got to be careful. Fouled off. Ball and 2 strikes. Another good crowd here at Safeco Field, expecting around 30,000 last night. Or yesterday afternoon, a 4th of July crowd of 39,518. Gonzalez battling a future Hall of Famer Albert Pujols. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball hit to Seager. Go to deep for 1, and there's a double play right on time. Boy, did he need that to get out of the first inning. A lot rockier than he wanted. When we come back, it'll be D. Gordon leading off for the Mariners. You know what? You got one right here.
Well, he's able to throw the curveball again. We just mentioned that Kyle Seager was playing deep. A nice little one hopper to him. As D. Gordon will finish the double play. Good timing.
Indeed, indeed. Here's a look at the Mariner batting order for tonight.
Mariners lineup brought to you by Jack in the Box. D. Gordon going to lead things off. He leads the American League with 22 stolen bases. Denard Span hitting third in the lineup again. Haniger a late scratch. He's out of the lineup. Brian Healy, his 17th home run in yesterday's ball game. Jaime Barria, just 21 years old. His 12th start on the year. 5-4, a 3.40 ERA. 46 strikeouts over 16 walks. Opponents hitting .243. He has given up 10 home runs this year. Mike Trout will get the start in center field. Jeffrey Marte just off the disabled list. He will be at first base. Martin Maldonado will do the catching.
So here's D. Gordon to lead it off. 1 for 4 in last night's game. Getting a .280 with a homer and 20 runs batted in. In on the grass is Fletcher at third base. D. Lone service, one hopper to Kinsler, one out.
Correa with a good fastball, average at 92 miles an hour, a slider at 82, and a changeup at 83.
And right about now, if you're Mitch Haniger, you're very disappointed that you had to get scratched because of a bruised right knee, because back on June 12th, Mitch hit 2 home runs against Jaime Barria right here at Safeco Field. Here's Gene Segura 0 for 4 in his contest last night, as we mentioned, robbed by Fletcher with a couple of men aboard in the 7th inning. Strike one to Gene. Segura, the number 3 hitter in the American League. There you have it. Mookie Betts, Jose Altuve, JD Martinez, and Andrelton Simmons. 2 of the leaders right here.
One of the things that we saw last night from the Angels pitchers is throwing a lot of breaking balls, a lot of sliders. Richards had a very good slider last night, the starter. Probably see the slider quite a bit again this evening. See if the Mariners make an adjustment to it. And with 15 strikeouts in last night's ball game.
15 of your 27 outs. Infield straight up for Segura. Trout a couple of steps, shading towards right. 1-2 pitch. So popped up, backing up is Simmons. 2 down. That brings up Denard Span. He's batting in the 3-hole vacated by Haniger. It was Denard in the original lineup, batting in the bottom of the order in the 7-hole, and with Haniger scratched Heredia, put in the lineup and playing in center field. For Denard, show and bunt. Takes them all. His 30th game as a Mariner. With the Mariners, hitting .295, 3 homers and 11 runs batted in. Yanked foul. Count goes to 1-1. Astros playing at the White Sox, and the White Sox just took a 3-2 lead, top 8. Or in the 8th, the Uri Garcia just hit a solo home run to give the White Sox the lead. One. Down the line, got a chance, and just goes foul.
We thought the Mariners might see a bunch of off-speed pitches, and that's been the case for Span. Primera Supermo. That's the changeup out in front of it.
Ball and 2 strikes to Denard Span. Garcia, Barria, beg your pardon, a rookie, just 21 years old. As you mentioned, Tyler Skaggs, right adductor strain was scheduled pitch, so Barria gets called on here. Two and two to Denard. Houston beat Texas in 10 innings last night, 5-4, while the Mariners were losing, so the Mariners fall a game back, game and a half behind first place Houston. Full count. Maria, 6'1", 210 out of Panama, turns 22 years old on the 18th of this month. Here's the 3-2. Bounce to the first baseman, Marte. Feeds the pitcher, Berea, and that'll do it for the Mariners in the first. They go 1, 2, 3. Back with more right after this. What a beautiful way to travel. Visit amtrakcascades.com. And by Safeco Insurance, find a local agent at safeco.com. Do more. Great to have you here. Broken clouds above Safeco Field. Comfortable temperatures, 75 degrees. Marco Gonzalez got a very timely double play to end the first inning with the bases loaded. Get out of that jam. See how he does here in the second.
It was a really good adjustment that he had made. Was struggling with his fastball, so he went to the curveball to Pujols. Was able to get the double play ball.
What did he need that? He coming off the CG, complete game against Kansas City. The last thing he wanted to do was give up the house in the first inning.
21 pitches in the first.
Swing and a miss.
And he only threw 9 strikes. It was interesting looking at the Angels, and I mentioned it last inning. Right-handed heavy in their line, quality right-handed hitters. Overall this year, the Angels are 6 and 15 against left-handed starters and hitting just .226 as a team.
You can imagine how anxious Mel and Scott must have been. Dude, to get the numbers in your favor. What are you doing? Come on.
Command the strike zone. Well, he was able to get out of the first, so hopefully he'll settle down.
Marte just off the DL, left wrist sprain. Missed 20 games. Time granted. Something in his eye. Marco dealing 1 and 2. 2 and 2. Mariner defense, Seager, Segura, Gordon and Healy in the infield with Span, Heredia and Gemmell in the outfield. Just joining us, Mitch Haniger, bruised right knee, scratched. And Mike Zunino, left ankle bruise. Put on the DL. David Freitas recalled. And Chris Herman getting another start. Gonzalez 2 and 2 here. Marte to be followed by Ian Kinsler and Martin Maldonado.
A little bit disappointing to hear that Mike was hurt, going on the disabled list. Did not start in yesterday's game, but put in a lot of early work and came in as a pinch hitter late in the game. Had a walk and then a base hit. I like what you were saying. Hopefully, I was hoping to see him back in the lineup today. I think that hard work was going to pay off, get him hot.
2-2 pitch. Foul off.
Cutter in on his hands.
Yeah, that's a tough break. He gets some momentum going. He looked good running first to third. And we've seen him get hit by a lot of foul balls in the last couple 3 weeks. Maybe I wonder if maybe that was something.
Yeah, because I didn't notice anything.
He ran, I tell you what, I mean, he's not a speed demon, but he ran well first to third last night. 2-2 pitch again. Well, he's certainly getting a good feel for his curveball. Talking to James Paxton about Marco Gonzalez. As you know, the starters, when they do their bullpen sessions, all the other starters are out there watching. I said, James, what are you seeing? He says he believes he belongs now. He knows he belongs, and he's so much more aggressive these days. And it has paid off. There's Pax on the left, Wade LeBlanc in the middle. Felix, he'll go tomorrow against the Colorado Rockies. Wade LeBlanc, the winner 2 nights ago. 2-2. Swing and a miss, got him. Second strikeout for Marco Gonzalez. Protracted battle with Marte.
Primero Supermo on the well-located cutter at 87 miles an hour. I think with Marco, for a young pitcher at this level, he is really, it's rare to see him be able to use his pitches the way that he has and mixing them all up. This year he's thrown his fastball just 35% of the time, the cutter at 18, the curveball at 23%, changeup at 24%. Just mixing it up using both sides of the plate.
He sure was super impressive against Kansas City. Jose and Kinsler. And yesterday off, went 0 for 3 on Tuesday's game. I want to send a shout out to Eric Jackman, a good friend of Mike Scioscia, skipper for the Angels. Hope Eric is feeling better. Seager can't handle that one. That was a hot smash off the bat of Kinsler.
That'll be an error.
So Kinsler is aboard with 1 out.
He squares it up. Kyle playing even with the bag, and it looked as if it hit the cut of the grass and goes off the end of his glove.
Seager, his 6th error of the season.
It's the hot corner for a reason, Dave.
Oh, kidding? You still have flashbacks?
Well, when you're playing even with the bag like that, yeah, it gets to you in a hurry.
Man, oh man. Wake up in a cold sweat sometimes. Oh, I used to play the hot corner. That one stung by Martin Maldonado. He was 0 for 5 last night. So again, some rumblings from the Angels. 1 out, 2 on. Marco could use another double play. Hey, your next chance to add to your Mariners bobblehead collections coming up on July 21st. First 20,000 fans are going to get a bobblehead featuring blazing fast second baseman D. Gordon. It's all brought to you by Root Sports. So slide into Mariners.com for your tickets. D out taking a lot of extra work today with the flat glove. Looks like a smaller version of a catcher's mitt. Said he usually does all that work with Barry Larkin, the Hall of Famer, during the offseason, but he wanted to get back to ground zero and start all over again today. Here's Cole Calhoun. Man, he came back to life last night. 3 for 5, 3 RBIs, hit a 2-run homer.
See the 180 average, but since he's been back from the disabled list the last 15 games, hitting .306 with 4 home runs. You have to be careful with him.
Totally remade stance from what we've seen over the years. This one popped up out of play.
He's 3 for 5 yesterday with a home run.
But
He'll try to pull the ball up the middle and pull. Segura playing up the middle.
a couple extra base hits. His first game in the season opener, then went about a month and a half without another extra base hit. Even went hitless for a long stretch. On the DL for a little bit. Benched a lot. Kinsler gets back. Angels loaded him up. A couple of walks in the first inning. Striking out Mike Trout. Marco caught a break on a call. Strike 3. Got a double play ground ball off the bat of Pujols to end the threat. Oh, and 2.
Let's see if he goes to the top of the strike zone again. Calhoun, one of the things that we noticed, Dave, is lowering his hands a lot more than we're used to seeing, and it looks as if Marco is trying to throw the fastball. Last was a cut fastball at 86, but throwing it above his hands, top of the strike zone.
Calhoun hunched over in that stance. He was a lot more upright. Hands ran around his left ear, and he was buggy whipping it. Looks like Marco will get the Angels again next week down in Anaheim. Here's the 0-2. Stopped by Chris Herman. I
don't know if you'll remember him or not, Dave, but player, left-handed hitter, Phil Plantier.
Oh yeah. Oh man, he had a couple of big years.
That's what this stance reminds me of.
Good call.
Maybe a little more open for Phil and on the plate trying to pull everything, but the way he's crouched over and holding his hands.
Right.
Unusual.
And Phil looked like he tried to wreck his bat on his back on every swing too.
Yes, he did. Another good high fastball. I like that pitch to Calhoun. See the 3 strikes to him above the belt.
Third strikeout for Marco. 2 down.
And it's another cut fastball. This one at 87 miles an hour. It's so difficult to try to get to that pitch when your hands are as low as they are.
2 outs, top of the order. David Fletcher walked in a 3-1 pitch to open the ball game. Up high, ball 1.
Listen again with his fastball at 90. There was a problem in the first. This inning he's basically stayed with his cut fastball, but still trying to find the 2-seamer off the outside corner.
There's strike 101. Phil Plantier, 8 years in the big leagues. Boston, San Diego, Houston, Oakland, and the Cardinals. Had a huge year in 93, 34 and 100. And hit 240 for the Padres.
When you look at his spray chart, it's all the right field.
Yeah, that's right. 1-1 here to David Fletcher. Well done there.
And that's a great example for Marco. He misses with the fastball, gets back into the count with the changeup. That time it was a curveball on the outside corner. That has been a very good pitch to him. Started a little bit earlier in the year, and Mel had talked to him, wanting to go to the curveball a little bit more, especially when he's behind in the count. So he just doesn't have to throw the fastball in the middle of the plate, and it's really worked out well for him.
Showing some of the ferocity Paxton talked about. Marco Gonzalez, the 1-2 pitch. Hit down the third base line, foul.
And right back to the cutter.
Happy youngster there. Fletcher made his big league debut here June 13th. Went 3 for 4. Marco trying to put him away here. 1-2. 2 out. 2 on. Pitch. Hit foul. Look out.
A couple of cutters. The last one in off the plate.
Looking for a big pitch right here. Long look. Marco's ready. 2 out, 2 on. A 1-2 pitch to David Fletcher. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Herman's going to throw down the first to complete it. And 2 innings. Right out of the gate. In trouble and out of trouble. No score here at Safeco Field. Round your way to home with a Sound Transit Day Pass. Learn more at soundtransit.org as you look at the broken clouds above Safeco Field here. Park in the Park night. I think it's number 2 or 3. Number 2. Up and Lookout Landing. The next time we have that, I got to remember if I can get up there and visit some of the pooches up there and their friends. Boy, all kinds of breeds up there. My youngest son is always getting on me. He says, "You like dogs in theory. You don't have one. You just like them in theory." Hey, go visit. How are you? Good to see you. Good doggy. Who's a good boy? And that's about it. But I do like dogs. There we go. Nelson Cruz, second inning. Mariners looking for their first hit. They went 1-2-3 in the first. Nelly 0 for 3 in previous encounters with Mr. Berea. That encounter back on June 12th when the Mariners beat him. Nelly 1 for 4 yesterday. Got a big base hit, 3-1 count. Drove in a run, 6th inning, base hit to right. Talking to James Clifford, the Mariners Director of Strength and Conditioning, talking about Nelly and his pregame. He says, you want to talk about strong, you want to talk about prepared. He's got a routine, and he has mastered the art of being a DH and what you do in between at-bats. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Congratulations to James. He's going to be the strength and conditioning coach for the American League All-Stars. The All-Star game down in D.C. on the 17th. Congratulations. 2-1 pitch. We were joking last week in Baltimore how Nelly, in the middle of the clubhouse and the sofa there, gets his pregame nap on, put some towels over him and everything. They got a sleep room here that is like fabulously designed, and he takes advantage of it as much or more than anybody. 3-1. Cruz, Seager, and Healy 4, 5, and 6 here in the second inning.
And right back to the slider. 3-1 count, throws him a slider at 84, right on the outside corner.
Payoff pitch here to Cruz, and he takes for ball 4. In terms of sluggers, Mike, in terms of guys who have good eyes and guys who work their walks, Nelly rate pretty high in your book?
Yeah, I think that you have to. That's one of the reasons why he hits for a high average too. He will chase from time to time, especially late in the game if he feels that he needs to make something happen. But for the most part, yeah, I think I would agree with that. Hot hitter Kyle Seager.
Nelly walking for the 26th time, and brings up Kyle, who's swinging a hot bat lately and been productive. 2 for 4, 2 RBIs last night. Big home run. Here's our Ask Root question. Has been swinging a bat. Great since the past few games. And what have you been seeing from Kyle lately?
Yeah, 3 multi-hit games for him in a row. His power numbers have been there all year. You see the 16 home runs. A lot of extra base hits when you put in his doubles also. So that part of it's been pretty good. I think the biggest thing, there's a couple things. Scott Service was talking about it today, and Kyle a little bit of a foot injury with his toe, and he felt that because of that he's not able to work quite as much, and maybe it's just kind of quieted him down a little bit, which I think makes sense, because when I had talked to Edgar about a week ago, Edgar was talking about Kyle just missing some fastballs that normally he would cover.
Remember, he was fouling everything back. He had about 4 or 5 games. He fouled a whole bunch of pitches.
And at this level, that can be a real problem, especially for somebody like Kyle, who has been around and opposing teams know it. And if he misses that pitch, then they're going to go to work on him. And I think maybe the combination of all those things, and Kyle now covering that fastball, especially the fastball middle in, that's been his bread and butter, and he's really hit that hard lately. So,
do you agree with Service when he said he's quiet, a little quieter at the plate?
Yeah, I think there could be something to that because of the toe.
And not over swinging.
Yeah, I think there's something to that.
He's got to work here 1 and 2. Healy on deck.
We were talking about it, that was probably about a week ago, and I was hoping that Kyle swing the bat well going into the break and just let him be hot in the second half of the season, and that's where he's trending right now, which is good to see. 2 strikes. Outside, count evens at 2 and 2. Seager 14 for 40, a 350 clip over his last 11 games.
Maria ready. Chopper in front. Maldonado on. He's got the cannon for an arm. Retires Seager. Cruz to second base. All kids 14 and under can have the opportunity of a lifetime thanks to Key Bank by taking a lap around the bases at Safeco Field. Your next chance to do so is Sunday after the Mariners face off against the Rockies at 1:10. Get your tickets for the whole family at mariners.com. One away runner at second. Best threat for the Mariners to this point here. Ryan Healy stands in 2 for 4 in yesterday's game. He went back-to-back home runs with Seager. First time the Mariners have gone back-to-back home runs this season. Swing and a miss.
Really good slider. I was surprised when you said that last night, Dave. I would have thought the way that they've been swinging the bats this year that would have happened before, but last night was the first time.
Nice run for Healy in first 8 games against the Angels, hitting at .419, 6 home runs and 10 runs batted in. You've mentioned this a couple times. It's so true. He's got 17 home runs. Here we are in June 5th. We've still got a lot of baseball to play. 25 home runs last year.
It's the thing with Ryan, and the reason why I think the organization was excited to be able to get him from the A's, knowing that he hit 25 home runs last year, but not a lot of major league experience. So you had to feel that he was going to at least do that or get better, and he appears to be getting a lot better with 17 home runs already.
.149 games last year for Healy. Backing up is Marte, calling everybody off. Cruz will hold at second. 2 outs. Let's see if Ben Gamble can come up with a big 2-out knock. Part of the Mariners rotation in the outfield with, again, Haniger bruised right knee. Late scratch tonight. Great month of May, 343 for Ben Gamble. June, 351. Terrific numbers. On base percentage 421, 422. And this just his 3rd game here in July.
The Angels know that he has been hot, so he's going to have to show some discipline here. He can get himself a decent pitch to hit with a couple of outs. You have first base open. Herman waiting on deck.
Two-0. Inning started with Nelson Cruz working a walk. Seager a little tapper in front of the mound, in front of the home plate rather. Maldonado throws him out. Healy fouled out. Meanwhile, Marco Gonzalez starting in the perils of Pauline the first 2 innings here. Got out of it as Ben fouls one off. 2-1.
He's not going to give in to him again. Not even close with the first 2 pitches, and that pitch down out of the strike zone. 2-0 count. Went with an off-speed pitch at 82 miles an hour.
A tough go last 2 games. Mariners do win 4-1 on Tuesday. They lose last night 7-4. Last 2 games, runners in scoring position. They're 3 for 19. Last 2 ball games. That one popped up, and it is playable. Third baseman Fletcher. That'll do it. A couple of foul outs. A little number in front of the plate, and that's it for the Mariners. This Pooch getting all kinds of good love in there.
At the Ford Sports Desk. I don't know if you know this or not, but the All-Star voting closes tonight at 9 o'clock Pacific. So make your voice heard and make sure that your Mariners are well represented in this year's Midsummer Classic. Gene Segura, Mitch Haniger, D. Gordon, and your favorite Mariner, right? You choose. Edwin Diaz, that'd be another great selection. Vote up to 5 times and earn 10% off one regular priced item at the Mariners team store. Plus, be entered to win a daily prize drawing. But again, this is the last day, so Mariner fans, guys, can go right here at Safeco Field Section 138, but you can vote right there at your house by logging on to mariners.com/vote. Hurry, you only have 1 hour and 2 minutes left.
Angie, thank you very much. Get those votes in. Here's Andrelton Simmons, 0-1. Got a base hit to center field, first time up. High fly ball, long run for Span, near the stands, hanging in, look out, don't get hurt. So Mike, the first 2 innings, here's Gonzalez walking a tightrope. Unbelievable, huh?
Primera Supermo, Denard getting close to the short wall. Saw Haniger slam into the wall yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah, for Marco, it's been his fastball command tonight in the first couple of innings. Just not been able to locate the outside corner to the right-hander, so he's been able to go to his cutter, his curveball, and his changeup. It's nice to have options, and he has plenty of them.
Simmons, Trout, and Upton here in the third. 0-2 pitch.
It's 42 pitches to get through the first 2 innings. Like to see him have a couple of clean innings. Take some of the pressure off.
That stung. Hanging up though. Guillermo gets there. One away. Nice play by Guillermo Heredia. Time now for Lowe's whole team together. How about the strikeout walk ratio? Good stuff here. Nicasio, Pazos, Diaz, Paxton, and Gonzalez. Nicasio looking to knock that number. Strikeouts 13.67. Here's Mike Trout, second time. He took a called third strike in a 1-2 pitch. Couple of men aboard. First inning. Three defenders left side of the infield for Mike. He hits this one hard and far, and one hops the fence. Dig in hard as Span throws the second in with a slide. One out double Mike Trout. His 18th double of the season.
And a cut fastball on the inside corner. Primera Supermo, and watch him really shorten up his swing, pull his hands in tight to his body, just fighting to get the barrel to it. He drives it out into left field.
Some kind of hitter, huh?
Yeah, the best player in the game. It's been tough on the Mariners this year. The Mariners so far this year.
His whole career.
Yeah, that's a good point. Intentional walks 6 times this year for Trout. Well, that in a single season is the most the Mariners have ever walked anybody intentionally. It had been 5. Vladimir Guerrero, another former Angel.
Hall of Famer.
Joe Mauer.
Really good player.
But we're just past the halfway point, not to the All-Star break, and it's already been 6 intentional walks to Trout.
Still got 9 games down there. Good. He ripped his pants. He'll get another pair. Seager on the backhand. Trout will hold. Upton's retired. Well, like we said, you know, when Trout comes up, I mean, it's just like, for those of you of a certain age, remember the stories. You might even been there when Brooklyn Dodger fans called Stan Musial Stan the Man. And it's the same thing. That sense of dread, like, oh man, again. And it does, Scott mentioned this and a couple players mentioned it, doesn't seem like he bats 8 times a game.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
There's Albert Pujols bounced into a double play. Trout at second, 2 outs.
Well, one of the adjustments that they have made is they're hitting him third. He had been hitting second, but with the year that Simmons has had, and David Fletcher, the rookie, both of them at the top of the lineup now, so they can drop him to hit third.
Some more runs in there. Angels 7th in runs in the American League. 1-0 to Pujols. Marco battling. Doesn't have quite the same stuff he had when he threw the complete game last week against Kansas City, but he is competing like heck. Right center field. Long run Gamble. He's there. So Trout's double does no harm. We go to the home third. It'll be Herman, Heredia, and Gordon coming your way for the Mariners. To play tonight. Here's what happened to Mike Zunino. What do you think, Mike?
Well, after he rounds the base, you'll see him stumble a little bit. Looks awkward. Mike's so strong, able to catch himself, keep from falling down. That may have been what caused him to go on the disabled list today.
Left ankle bone bruise.
It was in the 9th inning yesterday.
There's Herman leading off. 7th game for Chris as a Mariner. 0 for 2 in last night's game. Herman, Heredia, and Gordon. Jaime Barria on the mound, 5-4, 3.40 ERA. Rookie from Panama, 2nd time he's faced the Mariners here this season. The Mariners beat him back on June 12. Went 5 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, gave up 2 home runs to Haniger. Haniger not in the game, bruised right knee. High fly ball center field. Easy play for Trout. One away. Court's back in session tomorrow. King Felix is going to duel the Colorado Rockies at 7:10. Tickets only $30, and they include a 2018 Kings Court t-shirt. Cheer on Felix and the Mariners by picking up your tickets right now at mariners.com/Felix.
Or Barria. In his last outing against Boston, he threw his slider 40% of the time, and He is going to exceed that, I think, tonight. A lot of sliders, some change-ups. Staying with the off-speed pitches.
Here's Heredia. Scott Service, what are you seeing out of Heredia? I know he's been slumping lately. He's down to 229. He says too many soft fly balls have frustrated Guillermo and Edgar Martinez. Scott said, I like it when he pulls the ball. He said, I'd like to say that about a lot of people, but there it is right on cue. On the line, says Joe West. Fair ball, extra bases. Just it up and gets it back in. Nice job by Guillermo Heredia. It'll be his 8th double. Scott liking that. Generally, I don't like it when they pull, but I like it when he does. Paying some dividends.
Primera Supermo. He's able to get a fastball. Well, I think a couple of things with him. One, he's a young player, still trying to figure out what type of player he is. And I think the other thing is he really has done a good job with the strike zone this year, and maybe sometimes just maybe a hair, just a tick too passive at the plate. Could see him aggressive right there on the fastball.
Well, one thing we know, he can play some center field. There's D. Gordon, RBI opportunity for D. And he cashes in. Here comes Guillermo. Cole Calhoun, great arm. No play, 1-0 Mariners. D. Gordon immediately gets on it. His 21st run batted in.
And the Mariners struggling last night to hit with runners in scoring position, just 2 for 12. But D, being aggressive, typically is. It's the ball hard into right field.
Again, impressive D taking all that extra infield practice on ground balls just so he can stay down, working on the hands. I am the best second baseman in the American League. So I don't know if I have too much to counter that.
Good jump by Heredia, too, and to watch him round third base. We know he has the good speed. But that was well done.
And Altuve and a bunch of other guys, but D certainly in the conversation. It's his favorite position. He likes center field, but he prefers second base. Here's Segura.
D with 22 stolen bases. See if he wants to try Maldonado. Great throwing arm.
2 nights ago, Maldonado threw out Segura on the ball. His throw went to the third base side, but there was so much zip on it that they were able to, Simmons was able to make the play coming back on the other side of the bag. There's Kinsler, flip to Simmons. There's 1 and there's 2. Good news, D. Gordon brings home Heredia, and the Mariners have a lead as we head to the 4th. Marco Gonzalez walking a tightrope first 3 innings. He stranded 5 Angels, has not given up a run. He got a big double play to end the first inning and stranded 2 in the second inning and gave up a double to Trout in the third. Didn't hurt him. Here we go, 4th inning. Jeffrey Marte, Ian Kinsler, Martin Maldonado.
Angels are 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position, so he's made some pitches when he's needed to.
D. Gordon just gave him a 1-0 lead after a 1-out double by Heredia. D slapped a base hit to right. Marte struck out, leading off the second.
Strikeout swinging, and it was the cut fastball. Gonzalez trying to jam him up, ended up swinging over the top of it. Back inside again.
Marco struck out 4, walked 2.
Yes, good pitch. The cutter.
Mariners looking for Marte to pull it. D. Gordon playing up the middle. 0-2 pitch. There we go with an 0-2 pitch. Jeffrey Marte. Swing and a miss, got him. Strikeout number 5 for Marco Gonzalez.
Again, excellent command of the cut fastball right on the inside corner. He was able to tie him up a couple of times.
Time for our CenturyLink What's Next? You got Felix Hernandez. The Colorado Rockies coming to town. German Marquez, 6-8 record. And Felix taking on the Rockies. It'll be his second career start. He beat him back on August 3rd of 2015. Here's Ian Kinsler. First place Houston hosting the White Sox. It's 3-3, bottom 9. Bases loaded, nobody out, and Jose Altuve at the plate. Kinsler reached on an error by Kyle Seager. First time up. Got a 1-1 count here. Two balls, 1 strike. Kinsler way off the numbers we are used to seeing him put up during his time in Texas and Detroit. Guillermo will have to play this on a half base hit. 4th hit for the Angels. 1 out, 1 on, 4th inning. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Kinsler, a .271 hitter, hitting .213 entering tonight's game. Here's Martin Maldonado. Base hit to left in the second inning. Strike 1.
Well, that's the good fastball at 90, able to hit the outside corner. It has been his struggle tonight. Two-seam fastball and locating it. Better command of the cutter. He's probably thrown that a little bit more here early than he planned on, but it's been working.
Marco pitching to Chris Herman for the first time. So Herman, up close and personal, get to know you after watching videotape, trying to get a handle on pitch sequences, but like you said, he's going with a hot pitch right now. I got to stay with it. Hung a curveball that time. It got hit. Kinsler going to third. Guillermo going to try to get him. A little late. So the bottom of the order brewing something here for the Angels. Maldonado 2 for 2. Kinsler goes first to third. 1 out.
And here's a look at the curveball. Squares it up right back up the middle. Aggressive base running by Ian Kinsler, the veteran. Can still get around the bases though. Already one of the better throwing arms that you're going to see. One hopper right into third, but he's able to beat it.
Dino Abel, the third base coach. Kinsler now 36 years old. See if he can get Calhoun again. Got him on a 1-2 pitch, struck him out in the second inning. There it is. Astros win 4-3.
Started him off with a slow breaking ball this time. His first time up, it was the cut fastball away from him above the hands. 3 pitches that were towards the top of the strike zone. He ended up swinging through all of them.
The Astros win it, getting 2 runs, bottom 9. Yuli Gurriel walk-off single. Joaquin Soria blew the save for the White Sox. 0-1 here. Runners at the corners. Mariners looking for another double play. So here's how the standings look. Mariners 2 games back. The win to keep it at 1.5. See a lot of the Angels. See the Angels 3 times next week. You got Colorado this weekend and next weekend. End of the month. July 30, 31, and August 1. The Astros will be here. Swing and a miss by Calhoun. 1-2. Astros have a couple of visits still to come. They've got the one late July and one late August. Their final 2 visits coming here to Safeco Field. The Mariners will be down there in the 2nd week in August and the 3rd week in September. Two and 2. Calhoun batting in the 9-hole tonight. He led off in last night's game, went 3 for 5, drove in 3, hit a 2-run homer.
The only left-handed hitter in the lineup for the Angels tonight. He's hitting 9th.
Two pitch. Now the count is run full. David Fletcher's on deck, the leadoff man.
He's been able to pick up a couple of strikes with the curveball. Missed with the curveball that time off the plate away. His curveball this year has been his best pitch when he's trying to get a ground ball. Opponents hit the ball on the ground 64% of the time against his curveball.
Big pitch here, 3-2. Runners at the corners. That's plenty deep to score Kinsler. We're going to have a tie ball game here. 2 outs. Kinsler eases home. RBI for Calhoun. That'll be his 20th. And for Cole, damage continues, his 3rd sac fly.
And for Marco, he seemed to be a little bit disappointed. Talked about the cut fastball above the hands. And that's where he tried to go again. This time it's more middle, probably be about belt high. Didn't quite get it elevated enough, at least to where he wanted it.
Score tied at 1. Top of the order, Fletcher, walk and a strikeout thus far. A run on 5 hits, no errors for the Angels. A run on 2 hits, 1 error for the Mariners. One to 1 to Fletcher. Today, getaway day for a lot of clubs. Limited schedule in the big leagues tonight and this afternoon. 2-0. That's playable. Herman with Healy there to help. Makes the play. That'll do it. Sac fly by Cole Calhoun ties it up. When we return, it'll be 3-4-5 in the order. Span, Cruz, and Seager. Financial. When it comes to planning for your future, start with simple steps today at countryfinancial.com. And by Geico, 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. We read you along the Cedar River in Renton. 1-1 ball game. Sac fly by Cole Calhoun just tied it up after the Mariners took the lead in the third on a D. Gordon RBI single. Marco Gonzalez going over things with pitching coach Mel Stoudemire. Marco, he's an absolute sponge on information, and Mel's really good at disseminating.
Up to this point, I've been really impressed with him. I mentioned his last outing, the complete game, 9 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned run, didn't walk anybody, 7 strikeouts. His command was excellent. He could pretty much throw the baseball wherever he wanted using all of his pitches. It's been difficult tonight. So far, just the 1 run he's given up. And he's been in trouble in every inning. So he's had to make some pitches tonight and been able to do it. And that's another step forward for him, for the young pitcher.
He's got some escapability.
Well,
he's got left 6 men on tonight.
It's not always going to be easy.
Span a ground out to first. Yanked a couple foul balls down the right field line. He's ahead 2-0 here. Span, Cruz, and Seager. Jaime Barria out of Panama, 6'1", 210, 22 years old, coming up a little less than 2 weeks on the 18th. Emergency starter Tyler Skaggs going on the DL. That was yesterday. Barria back where he was on the 12th of June against the Mariners. He lost that game.
A lot of off-speed pitches, mixing in his fastball just enough. His average fastball 92 miles an hour, but it's been his slider and changeup. There's a fastball off the outside corner. Something that Scott Service had talked about after last night's ball game. Richards on the mound, Kyle Seager, and then Healy both hitting home runs off of his fastball, and he went to his slider after that, and we saw the same thing from the guys that came out of the bullpen.
2-2 to Denard up the middle. Simmons has got great range. Quick release, got him. Nice play. Got some good shortstops in this league.
And he's one of them. Very good defensive shortstop and has really figured things out offensively, but he knows that Span can get down the line, gets rid of it quickly with something on it. Throws him out by a step.
First saw him in Atlanta.
Great hands.
Brings up Mr. Cruz. Walked in a 3-2 pitch. Leading off the second. Mariners couldn't get him around. Infielders playing deep. I'm Joe West, the umpire at third, the crew chief. I would be deep as well. Off the end of the bat. Look at the English on that. Something middle in and he pulls it. You know, talking about third baseman don't have reacts time. Joe's no kid anymore down the third base line.
He's been in the league for a long time.
Oh, 1 to Cruz. 0-2. Dino Ebel, the third base coach. With Mike Scioscia for a very long time. Mike in his 19th year. 0-2 pitch. Oh man, he's spinning on that back foot. 0-2.
Elevated fastball at 93 miles an hour. Probably a ball out of the strike zone. He fouls it straight back.
Do it again here at 0-2.
And right back to the breaking ball.
Talked about Skaggs going on the DL for the Angels. Host of pitchers on the DL. Many of them having gone through Tommy John surgery. 0-2. Talking to Scioscia about that. He said here for 18 years, get one Tommy John in the last year and a half. They had about 7 of them. There's Mike, his team at 44 and 43 coming into tonight's game. 4th place in the West. 1-2. Now he smacks it up the middle. Base hit. 1 out base runner for the Mariners. Make sure you join us Saturday for an exciting MLS matchup. Tune in at 8 p.m. Pacific as the Portland Timbers host the San Jose Earthquakes at Providence Park. And stay tuned after the match for our live pregame show. For your local programming schedule, visit rootsports.com. Kyle Seager, the hitter.
Another off-speed pitch at 85 miles an hour. Time it looked like the changeup.
Cruz on that base hit 109 miles an hour. Racking up some totals in that department. Kyle Seager 0 for 1. Swinging butt in front of the plate. The catcher threw him out. Maldonado. What a 1. Kinsler to Simmons, and they turn their second double play in as many innings. We got a 1-1 ball game here at Safeco Field. Maryland and Illinois in attendance here. Big doings in Seattle. Hughes Marino broadcast booth was lucky enough to be down in Tacoma a couple of days ago, watch the softball. A lot of terrific competition, some wonderful kids in the Special Olympics.
And it's great to see them here at the ballpark tonight. So it's a beautiful evening for them to watch the baseball game. And they're having a lot of fun, and the huge crowd in the upper deck.
Good to see Kevin Nagandi, good friend from ESPN, hosting some of the festivities. Here's a bouncing ball to D. Gordon. Take care of off the bat of Simmons. D made him run. Simmons jogged up the line. D looked at him, made him pick up some speed, and then threw him out. One away. See if Marco can have a less stressful inning here, although it's easier said than done when Mike Trout is digging a hole in there and getting ready to swing the bat. One out. Trout struck out looking and doubled to left. One here to Mike Trout. And Marco going right after him. 0-2.
It's
crowd
close.
reacts. 1-2. Give you an idea how big his first inning strikeout looking at Trout was. Trout hits .315 in the first inning, one of his many terrific innings throughout the course of the ball game. Just missed.
That's how he was able to get the strikeout. It was a cutter, started off the plate, hit the outside corner.
Trout's best inning for hitting, 405 in the fifth inning. That's where we are right now. 2-2. Count runs full. One out, nobody on. Justin Upton on deck.
And he's hit .339 against left-handers.
Big pitch here to Trout. Strike three called. Got him looking again. Mark Rippiger, home plate umpire. Trout registering his beef. There's two down.
It looked like it was the cutter again, probably borderline just off the plate. Primera Supermo, cut fastball.
6 strikeouts for Marco.
Similar to the first strikeout.
Very. Two outs here in the fifth. Upton walking a ground out to third. Justin 1 for 5 last night, but 0 for 4 in the first game. Mariners took the lead in the third. A D. Gordon 1-out RBI single after Heredia double to left center. Angels came right back with a run in the fourth. A couple of base hits, and Cole Calhoun delivered a sacrifice fly, tied it at 1. 2-0 here to Upton. Back into the count.
This is something that we were talking about earlier in the ball game. The curveball, something that he's been able to do this year, is when he falls behind, he doesn't have to get in with the fastball. You get back in the count with this curveball. Occasionally it will be a changeup.
2-1 pitch. Off the fist, fouled it back. So Marco a strike away from having his first 1-2-3 inning.
It's the other thing that he understands, and some of it goes back. He's a pretty good hitter himself. Slow you down and speed you back up with the cutter inside after the curveball on the outside corner.
Two pitch. 2 out, nobody on. Here we are in the fifth inning, and month of June, a good month for Marco Gonzalez, a 3-2 record, and he made it a habit getting deep in the ball game. 6 2/3, 7 1/3, 6 1/3, 6 innings, and of course the complete game last time out against Kansas City. He's 2-2 here to Upton. Full count, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks from Marco. 2 walks in the first inning. Got out of the first with a big double play ground ball off the bat of Albert Pujols, who's on deck. 3-2 to Upton. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 7 strikeouts. Marco Gonzalez, a clean 5th. We got a 1-1 ball game, and we're glad to have the Special Olympians in the house here tonight at Safeco Field. Sugar Bourbon. You can't spell baseball without BSB. Look for Malachi looking back into the great city of Seattle. We're welcoming back to Safeco Field. Final game for the Angels here in Seattle. Mike Trout's been called out on strikes twice. He said, hey, talking to Mark Rippiger, he's not digging at all what has happened, but if you're a Mariner fan, you're like, hey man, that's baseball. 7 strikeouts for Marco Gonzalez, and Trout tonight is 1 for 3, a double and 2 strikeouts looking. Here's Healy to lead it off. It's Jaime Barria, 21-year-old rookie from Panama. Healy, first time up, fouled out to the first baseman, Jeffrey Marte. Oh, 2. Healy, Gamble, and Herman. Coming up here in the 5th, 6, 7, and 8 in the Mariners order. One and 2. Don't forget, get your all-star ballots in. You've got till 9 o'clock tonight Pacific time. You got 16 and a half, 17 minutes left. 17 minutes and change. Ball and 2 strikes. Run on 3 hits with an error for the Mariners. Run on 5 hits. No errors for the Angels. 1-2 to Healy. And after the high fastball. And that strikeout number 1 for Barria as we check in with Angie Mentek.
Guys, thanks so much. Appreciate it. This is the time of year where everybody starts to flock to Seattle, and they also get to see the Mariners at the same time. Keith sends in this photo. The Osos have landed. Let's go Mariners. I agree with you. And we also have Trisha
Not here, but in AAA in Salt Lake City at Smith's Ballpark. Checking out a game as their ballpark tour continues. The hashtag to use is where I presented by Alaska Airlines, guys.
All right, Nance, thank you. 1 out, 5th inning, 1-1 game. Ben Gamble, the hitter. He fouled out to the third baseman Fletcher, first time up. He's got the advantage here, 2-0. Two balls, 1 strike. Just joining us, Mitch Haniger out, bruised right knee, late scratch. Down low, 3-1. Mike Zunino on the DL, left ankle bone bruise. David Freitas, a recall to the ball club. Chris Herman will get a lot of action. Back-to-back nights he's starting.
I think that Ben is going to get a fastball. It will be away from him. Everything in this at bat, even his first time up, everything away, set up away again.
3-1 to Gamble, and he's aboard with a 1-out walk. Second walk by Berea. Baseball's 2 biggest events of the summer. Back to back, the action begins at the T-Mobile Home Run Derby on July 16th at 5 p.m. Then catch baseball's biggest stars at the 89th MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard. That's July 17th. Coverage begins at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time from our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. There's Chris Herman. Fly to center in his first at bat. Gamble back safely. Have a good crowd to come out and see these Mariners playing some terrific ball. Winners of 8 of their last 9. As Herman checks a swing, pitch down low in the dirt, ball 1. Fans have been coming out to see this exciting, fun ball club. 39,518 last night, or yesterday for July 4th, 38,624 before that, 38,344 on Sunday. Gamble scramble to get back. Mariners 7th in attendance in the American League. One out, Gamble, good speed at first. Got to be aware of Maldonado, especially with a left-hand hitter up there. He's got the absolute rocket for an arm.
It's one of the things that they'll go over on their scouting report. And for Ben, just not to get too big a secondary lead. Not trying to steal, but sometimes you get a little bit too far off of there after the pitch is thrown, and he will throw it behind you.
Got an accurate throwing arm as well as a strong one. Fouled off. 2-1. So after the Angels leave town, the Colorado Rockies probably here in town as we speak. Friday 7:10 start time, and then day games Saturday and Sunday 1:10 first pitch. And the Mariners go to Anaheim for 3 night games. 3 games in Colorado takes us to the All-Star break. Popped up, hanging up for the third baseman. That's Fletcher. There's 2 outs. Time now for a Geico This Date in History. Take it. Oh, good year, 1953. Robin Roberts throws his 28th consecutive complete game. That is a sick number by today's standards. Phillies beat the Pirates 2-0 in 10. Second extra inning game of the streak, and then he threw 17 innings in Brooklyn. They ain't making them like that anymore, Mike.
They won't let them.
28 consecutive complete games. Let's add them up and see how many complete games we have at this moment in the major leagues. From 65 years ago.
Yeah, that's never going to happen again.
That's still, even in that day, that is still pretty doggone impressive. 28 consecutive complete games. Man, man. Here's Heredia, double to left, first time up. His 8th double of the season. There's a throw down. He and Salvi Perez, two of the stronger arms we've seen. Salvador Perez, Kansas City. Talking about Robin Roberts, 28 consecutive complete games as we speak, going into today in the major leagues. Take a guess, Michael, what the number is.
I will guess 18.
Wrong, UW. 24. And 3 by the Mariners. But your hand grenades length away from the number will give you a little bit of credit.
Well, I was just guessing.
Man, oh man. Chance here for Guillermo. See if he can gap one. Guillermo can run. Two outs, Gamble at first, 3-1 pitch coming to Heredia with D. Gordon on deck. Here we go, 3-1. Oh, he does hit it hard. Up there, can't get it. Gamble's flying, coming to third. Upton babbles. Ben's gonna score. Guillermo Heredia. 2 doubles tonight, and the Mariners have a 2-1 lead. A late insertion into the lineup with Haniger. Scratch with a bruised right knee. Talk about some cha-ching here for Guillermo Heredia. 2 doubles.
And we were talking about it earlier. Scott Service, Edgar Martinez wanted him to pull the ball a little bit more, and he pulls it with authority. Gamble was going to score either way. Upton having an issue out in left field.
Impressive. D last time up, first pitch. Checked in with a base hit to right. He's got Guillermo with plus speed at second. 2 outs. It's aggressive again. This time came up empty. 1 for 2 night for D. The RBI is 21st. So Guillermo picking up his 10th run batted in. 2 doubles tonight gives him 9 on the season. Down the line, that's a fair ball. Race to the bag, and a nice execution by Marte and Barria. But the good news, an RBI double. Guillermo Heredia gives the Mariners a 2-1 lead as we enjoy the sunset going to the break. Dave Valley joins us right now. Marco Gonzalez, Val, 7 strikeouts through 5, and I tell you what, he was walking through a minefield the first couple of innings, and he's escaped nicely.
Yeah, he has shown an ability to get out of those really tough jams. And I think we've seen that throughout the season, but I think with the confidence that he is having more with his secondary pitches, I think the 2 at-bats to Mike Trout and then to Justin Upton really kind of capsulized what he's able to do and what his strategy has been. It's pitch around the strike zone, nibble at the corners, and if Mike Trout wants to go after those pitches, so be it. But if not, he's been getting a couple of pitches that have probably been off the plate, but I think it's been because he's been so consistent on that outside corner.
Here's Segura from the outfield. I'm going to throw out Pujols, 1 down.
Guys, you had shared about Robin Roberts' 28 consecutive complete games. That's just an absurd number, right?
Isn't it?
I just have to share this story because it relates to Mel Stottlemyre Jr. I'm at Yankee Stadium standing next to Jim Leyland, the manager of the Detroit Tigers,
right.
And it's Yankee Old Timers Day. And at Yankee Old Timers Day, they run off the stats of everybody right before they announce the name. I'm looking up there and it goes, this New York Yankee in 1963 had 24 complete games, and I'm like going, oh my goodness, you know, and I'm asking Leland, can you ever see that happening again? He's like, never again, it's never going to happen. And then they drop a, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Yankee great Mel Stottlemyre.
Yeah.
And Mel was my first pitching coach in pro ball back in Bellingham back in 1978. So as soon as all the introductions were over, I ran over to the Yankee dugout and I grabbed Mel and I'm going, 24 complete games? Are you kidding me? He goes, yeah, man, we just kept throwing till we had nothing left. There was no strategy back then.
Yeah, different game, man. I'm just blown away. 24 in 1969, that was his career best. He had, and then late in his career with the Yankees at age 31, he goes 16 and 16. 38 starts, 19 CGs.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Absolutely amazing.
My gosh.
Great pitcher, great pitching coach, and a great man above all.
Couldn't agree more. What were your expectations, Val, going into this season with for Marco Gonzalez?
You know, I really felt like I saw a lot of improvement last season. I saw velocity starting to tick up a little bit. You know, again, a guy coming back from arm injuries, it takes time. But I didn't see the command that we're starting to see now last year. So it is kind of all starting to come together. The velocity, the command, the additional pitch of the cutter, the more confidence in his curveball. He's thrown his curveball a lot more this year than he did last year. I think it's 16% last year. This year it's like 23%. And when you start to do that and you have that confidence in those secondary pitches when you fall behind, when you get in trouble, I think those are pitches that let you be kind of Harry Houdini-ish and get out of those difficult situations like we're seeing tonight.
Now, well, talk a little bit about the maturity of him too, because he really struggled with his fastball command through the first 3 innings, pitching to all these righties, not able to hit the outside corner, goes to his cutter. You mentioned the curveball and changeup, and basically stayed with those combos and really hasn't gone back to his fastball. This is just going to show it.
Well, and I think that's kind of it is a sign of maturity, understanding, okay, what do I have today? What is working for me tonight? And it's not going to be the same on any given night every 5 days that you go out there. So, you know, by the second or third inning, you know what pitch you have a feel for, which one you have confidence in and which one you don't. Tonight we're seeing a lot of confidence in a cutter. I just love the way he attacked Mike Trout. I mean, just looking at the chart after that at-bat was over, it was nothing but around the strike zone, nothing on the plate. He was not going to give in. And I just love that approach, because that's the one guy that you just have to really be careful of in this lineup.
Hey, Val, the last thing for me, and it goes back to a conversation that I had with Scott Service earlier in the year, and he talked to Marco about getting through the lineup 2 times and not saving anything, using all of his pitches. And now we see him here, tight ball game, 95 pitches, and he's letting them go.
Well, I love the fact that he's throwing strikes, right? When you're throwing strikes, you're getting quick, easy outs. It's going to instill confidence in your manager too, to allow you to maybe go through that lineup that 3rd time. But I think with the changing in the game and the way people are looking at pitch counts, how many times we're going to let this guy go through the lineup, I think he's earning that ability, that allowance to go through that lineup the 3rd time.
He's definitely earned it, no doubt about it. Val, thanks so much. Catch you and Brad Adam on Mariners Post Game, presented by Alaska Airlines. After this ball game, this one hit foul, another one by Marte as Marco Gonzalez retired the last 5 men that he's faced. One out here in the 6th, a 2-1 lead. RBIs from the 1 spot and the 9 spot in the Mariner batting order. D. Gordon and Guillermo Heredia. And the 9-hole spot's been productive for the Angels. Cole Calhoun, the right fielder, batting 9th, delivering a sac fly in the 4th for the Angels' only run. 2-2.
He is just wearing him out with that cut fastball. Just keeping it in on his hands. And with the curveball changeup away and the cutter in.
Eight pitches so far. Number 9 coming up. 5 foul balls by Marte, who struck out twice tonight, both times swinging. 2-2 as Herman sets up outside. The comebacker, Marco, good athlete, takes his time, step, throw, and get him 2 down. 6 consecutive retired. There's 2 away. Here in the 6th inning, MLB at Bat is your #1 Mariners app. Customize your experience to catch every Mariners moment this season. Get the Mariners home screen icons and features such as the MLB TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcast, stats, news, and more. Download MLB at Bat today. 2 outs in the 6th.
For Marco, he's at 98 pitches. His season high is 104.
Here's Ian Kinsler, reached on an error by Seager in the 2nd. Base hit the center in the 4th, and a run scored. One 0 pitch. Two-0. James Pazzo starting to heat up in the bullpen for the Mariners. Kinsler trying to do damage on that swing. 2-1. Gonzalez, a complete game last time out. Before that, a loss to Boston, he went 6. Lost to the Yankees, went 6 1/3. 5 against the Angels on the 13th. High pop. Gamble coming in. Marco Gonzalez has retired the last 7 men that he's faced. 6 complete with a lead here of 2-1. And coming up for the Mariners, you see it, Segura, Span, and Cruz looking to build on this 2-1 advantage. Up 2-1, trying to win the rubber match against the Angels here. Beautiful sky above Seattle. James Paxton and the Mariners take on the Rockies for an interleague matchup on Saturday. So come catch the two teams face off under the summer sun. Got a 1:10 start time for you, everybody. Plus, first 20,000 fans are going to pick up a free pair of Mariners sunglasses courtesy of Emirates Airline. Head to mariners.com for seats. Rockies come to town. Mariners last year were 3-1 against Colorado, 1-1 here, 2-0 in Denver, and we'll be in Denver next weekend. Here's Gene Segura. Looks at strike one. Gene 0 for 2. The pop to short and bounced into a double play against Jaime Barria. Pitch fought off by Gene, number 3 in the league in hitting starting today. Top 10 in stolen bases. Gene, the leading hitter in nighttime baseball at .352, leading the American League. Wow. Too bad there wasn't a base runner available.
Apparently he didn't want to make a mistake in the strike zone.
Man. Maldonado had to be pretty surprised. Ball with 2 strikes. Hey, Kinsler's not going to get that, Gene. Gene, the hit machine, checks in with one.
This is a great setup for the Mariners.
Indeed.
You look at where they're at in the lineup, and third time through, a pretty good idea what they're going to get and taking advantage of it. And I like that Segura hitting the ball the other way. It's been a lot of sliders to the right-handers. So he hit the ball hard the other way.
Good opportunity. Here's Span, a couple of ground outs for him. Shows bunt, takes up high. Span at the dish, Segura at first. Two-0. Gene Segura with that hit. He's got 111. Altuve picked up a hit today in the 4-3 win at home against the White Sox. Altuve with the hit. He's got 116. Margin still 5. Spread between number 1 and number 2 in the league. Nelson Cruz on deck. Barria, boy, he's a puppy, just 21 years old.
A long meeting out on the mound. Nobody getting loose in the pen for the Angels.
Barria's last 4 games, 0-3 with a no decision. Prior to that, he had won 4 consecutive decisions. At the start tonight with Tyler Skaggs going on the DL. 2-0 pitch here to Span. He takes up high, 3-0. Nelson Cruz is on deck. Rally tonight, a walk and a base hit to right, a base hit to center. Beg your pardon. As I mentioned, Houston's already won. Mariners trying to check in with a win to stay a game and a half back. 3-0. There's a strike.
Alvarez getting loose. The only left-hander in the bullpen for the Angels.
Angels infield: Fletcher, Simmons, Kinsler, and Marte. Third to first with Upton, Trout, and Calhoun in the outfield. 3-1 to Span. Segura back safely. Entering tonight at 295 hitter with the Mariners in 30 games. He's got a 3-1 count. Runner goes. Pitch. Swung on, driven to right field, but hanging up for Calhoun. He'll get under it. Returning to first is Segura, and there's one away. Get your voice heard. Nominate your favorite plays of the week by tweeting us using the hashtag RootFanFave. Watch the Mariners pregame show every Sunday to find out your fan favorite plays of the week. Plus, each month, one lucky fan is going to win a Coors Light Yeti cooler just for participating. For official rules, visit rootsports.com. Charlie Nagy, pitching coach, coming out for a visit. Nagy has seen 28 pitchers used in this ball club. Talking to him yesterday. Mariners, we did that last year. Familiar with it. 40 pitchers last year.
He's buying time right now. Jose Alvarez just starting to throw out in the pen. Kyle Seager on deck.
Tell a joke to the umpire, get him to smile, by a few more seconds.
Exactly. A couple of more pitches in the bullpen and done his job.
Well, Maria's got to deal with Nelson Cruz coming into tonight's game. Nelly third in average exit velo behind Gallo and Aaron Judge. He's got 22 home runs. Fourth in the league in that category. Inside ball one. Walking a base hit. Center field for Nelly. Went 1 for 4 in last night's game.
Pazos getting loose again. Marco Gonzalez now at 102 pitches, so his night is done.
Close encounter, some good stuff there for the Mariners. 1-1 pitch to Nelly, outside, 2-1. Drop in center field, about 4 steps to right center. Calhoun and Upton straight away at the corners. Pitch. Well away, big man. 3-1 is the count. 1 out, 1 on.
I don't think he's going to give in to him. Back to the slider again.
See what the kid does. Pitch inside, walked him, almost hit him.
With the fastball, but he didn't want to throw it for a strike.
Here comes Mike Socha. Kyle Seager's going to be the hitter. Jose Alvarez, their only left-hander, is going to take over. Mariners threatening here in the 6th. all military and vets by sharing a photo or video using hashtag #HatsOffForHeroes. For each tweet or post, T-Mobile is going to donate $1 to support veterans. Mariners get something going here in the 6th inning. Segura led off with a base hit. Span flied out to right. Cruz walked in a 3-1 pitch. Kyle Seager's going to be the hitter against new pitcher Jose Alvarez.
43 appearances on the year. He's pitched well. A 2.95 ERA, 36 strikeouts at 36 2/3. Opponents hitting .229 against Alvarez. Fastball, slider, changeup, average fastball, 92 miles an hour.
Alvarez gave up a hit and an earned run in last night's game. There's Kyle Seager. Chance to do some damage.
Not had much luck against Alvarez, just 1 for 13.
1 out, runners at first and second. Swing and a miss. Seager at 283 against lefty pitching this year with 5 home runs and 28 runs batted in. One here to Seager. Pulls it. 0-2. Kyle trying to make something happen against Jose Alvarez, 29 years old, from Barcelona, Venezuela, in his 6th year in the big leagues.
Been a couple of sliders on the outside corner.
0-2 pitch. Marte gets Cruz there. No throw anywhere else as Simmons holds on. Cruz retired 3-6. Fielder's choice. Seager's aboard.
Again, going away from Kyle. Veteran pitcher, pretty good slider. Good hustle by Seager. Simmons thought about trying to complete the double play.
Chance for Healy now. With 2 outs, runners at the corners, 2-1 Mariners, 6th inning. Ryan 0 for 2, fouled out to Marte, the first baseman, and struck out on a high fastball, a 1-2 pitch. And here comes Mike Socha. He's going to make another change. So he's going to bring in a right-hander. And we'll step aside. Come back to Safeco Field right after this.
many cool things going on at Safeco tonight. You've got Special Olympics night, and also it's Bark in the Park night. Amy checking in. This is our year, and I think she means the Mariners, not necessarily the year for her and her dog. And then Simon checks in, is here with this gorgeous little Boston Terrier. Remember to use the hashtag Where I Root presented by Alaska Airlines, and we'll try to get your photos on the air. And Leslie wants you to guess where I am. Yep, that's right, Bark in the Park night. Keep them coming, and a reminder, when you use that hashtag Where I Root presented by Alaska Airlines, it does give us permission to use your photos on the air. All right, but wait a minute, Mike, you didn't bring your Poochie tonight.
Not this time.
Miguel Almonte. He's probably watching at home. Miguel Almonte takes over. Right-hander, 25 years old, out of Santiago in the Dominican Republic. He's got Ryan Healy. First time they're squaring off. Popped it up. Marte taking a look. It's into the crowd.
Started him with a slider. You have to think that the Angels were going to throw a lot of breaking balls, use the changeup. Mariners a very good fastball hitting team, and it was part of their plan last night.
Almonte, first year with the Angels, 15 and 17 seasons with Kansas City. 0-1 pitch.
Another slider.
That's probably going to be the book to the rest of the season, right?
Until you make your adjustments, which these guys have been around and are veteran hitters. Edgar will make them make some adjustments, and eventually they'll have to throw the fastball to him again.
1-1 pitch.
Another breaking ball.
As the scouts in the building and watching from their implements and on TV and whatnot are seeing it. So they have it 1 for 5. Mariners been a struggle last couple of nights.
The one thing we saw last night was a lot of strikeouts. That has not been the case tonight.
And last night, out of the 27 outs, 15 by way of the strikeout. That is a big number.
Tonight, just the one so far. They have hit into a couple of double plays. Another breaking ball.
So Healy goes down back-to-back plate appearances. He strikes out, strands 2 here in the 6th. It's a 2-1 Mariner lead. Gonzalez's 6 innings was a high wire act, and he got Mike Trout first time up. Couple of men aboard. First inning, got him looking on a 1-2 pitch. Then in the 5th, almost the same pitch, 1 out, nobody on, a 3-2 pitch. Mike barking at Mark Ripperger, the home plate umpire. Gets no satisfaction, but Marco Gonzalez turns in 6 innings. He got out of all kinds of trouble. Stranding 6. There you go. 6 innings, 5 hits, a run. It was earned. A couple of walks and 7 strikeouts, 102 pitches, 62 for strikes. Time now for a Beacon Plumbing call to the pen, and a guy that Scott Services a lot of confidence in as he continues to produce, James Pazos.
What a year he is having. 34 appearances, a 1.84 ERA, 27 strikeouts over just 4 walks on the year. Opponents hitting .234. Really throwing the ball well. Good fastball in the mid-90s with a slider. Impressive outing for Marco Gonzalez. It was so easy for him in his last outing when he had the complete game. Had to struggle his way through this one. But again, a good sign. Have your best stuff or your best command and be able to work your way through 6 innings, giving up just 1 run.
Got out of some dicey situations. Maldonado, Calhoun, and Fletcher 8, 9, and 1 against Pazos. 2-1 Mariners, top 7. Pretty good heater, backs him off the plate. Pitch here to Maldonado. Pops it up, foul out of play. Maldonado has had a good night. A base hit to left, a base hit to center. Pazos in his last 12 appearances. Opponent's hitting just 219 off it. 1-1 pitch. In those 12 games, James 9 innings of 7 hit, 3-run ball, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. Two-one pitch. Nice run, a deep count. Not what he was looking for coming out of the bullpen. Here comes the 3-1. Right back where he wants to be. 3-2 to the leadoff man here in the 7th. Mariner RBIs. B. Gordon in the 3rd. And Guillermo Heredia in the 5th. Heredia not in the original starting lineup. Mitch Haniger had to be scratched because of a bruised right knee. And earlier development this afternoon was Mike Zunino going on the DL, left ankle bone bruise. David Freitas called up. 3-2 pitch here to Maldonado. This outside badly. Tying run aboard. Don't forget, stick around after the game for Mariners post game presented by Alaska Airlines. Brad Adam, Dave Valley will be with you. Here's Cole Calhoun. Strikeout. Sacrifice fly, counting for the only Angels run. Calhoun 0 for 3 against Pazos.
Seager playing in at 3rd. He's on the grass.
Ball 1.
Struggling with his fastball command. And Mel Stottlemyre out of the dugout. Try to straighten him out. Just don't sacrifice bunt very often. They are 12th in the American League. Nick Vincent getting loose in the pen.
That's it. Mel's message will work here against Cole Calhoun with David Fletcher to follow. Cole Calhoun batting in the 9 hole. Coming Coming off a 3 for 5, 3 RBI night last evening, hit a 2-run homer. Ninth and final game for the Angels here at Safeco Field. They made 3 trips here before the All-Star break. We've not been to Anaheim until Tuesday next week. 1-0. Calhoun, a regular in right field, slumping badly for most of this season. Recently picked it up. Certainly did last night. High heat. Oh, 2 strikes.
Just challenged him. Good fastball at 93. Velocity isn't what we're used to seeing. It typically he's 95, 96, but able to get ahead in the count with another good fastball.
Oh, 2 strikes. Calhoun rides one into the gap. It's deep. Gamble. No. Heredia makes the catch. Home run. Went up in the stands in that section last night. 1 away.
And he puts a pretty good swing on a fastball. Looks like it jammed him just enough on the label. Routine play for Heredia.
1 out, 1 on. Top of the order, David Fletcher. Walk, strike out, and a foul out to the catcher, Chris Herman. Mariners looking to turn another double play. They got out of a first inning jam. 5-4-3 around the horn in the Angels' first threat. Work that inside corner. Seven strikeouts, 20 walks for Pazos coming into tonight's appearance. 1-1. Fletcher was at second base last night. He's back at third here this evening. 2-1 pitch. 2-2. Mariners defense in the outfield. They got Span, Heredia, and Gamble. Herman behind the plate. 1 out, 1 on. 2-2 pitch. Full count. Waiting on deck is Andrelton Simmons. 1 for 3 tonight.
Nick Vincent ready to go in the pen.
Simmons, Trout, Upton, Pujols, right-hand hitters. 3-2 pitch. 101st hold. Pitch. Long run for Guillermo. Slicing and catch in front of Gamble. Makes the play. 2 outs. Hung up nicely for him. Now Simmons, base hit to center, flat out to left center, and a ground out to second base.
Primera Supremo, all fastballs right off the end of the bat. Big fly ball out to right center.
Inside to Simmons, who's 5th in the league in hitting starting tonight. 10th in on base percentage too. One 0 pitch. He's not been able to hit his target on the inside corners against righties to this point. Not the way we've seen him doing them more often than not.
No, his command just isn't there. 18 pitches, just 8 strikes from him.
Two 0 pitch here to Simmons. Bouncing ball. Seager charges the short hop. Goes short way to deep. Inning over. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left. And the Angels 7th. The Mariners lead it 2-1. Win Washington's lottery play today. 2-1 ball game. Mariners trying to win this rubber match against the Angels. The Angels' final appearance here at Safeco Field as we welcome you to the Hughes Marino broadcast booth. Dave Sims along with Mike Blowers and James Pazos. Not as sharp as we usually see him, but he got through that inning.
Was able to get through the inning, and what do you know, another one-run ball game for the Mariners. So hopefully here in the bottom of the 7th, they can add to their lead. But I think, again, a big key to this one is Marco Gonzalez being able to go 6 innings. Wasn't nearly as sharp with his fastball as he was in his last outing, but still found a way to get through the 6 so you could turn it over to the back end of the bullpen.
Staying on in the game is Miguel Almonte for the Angels. Came on to get the final out of the 6th inning, striking out Healy. He's got the bottom third of the order here: Gamble, Herman, and Heredia. Ben 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Scored on the RBI double by Heredia back in the 5th.
Alex Colomé starting to get loose in the Mariner pen. He will pitch the 8th.
Good crowd, 32,128 on hand here at Safeco Field. 2-0 to Gamble. Came up empty.
Good fastball, 96 miles an hour. Came into the game to face Healy. Didn't see his fastball and was all breaking balls away from him. So far, a couple of fastballs to Ben, 95, and then that one at 96.
Center field backing up Trout. He's got room. One away. Fans, our annual Ultimate Fan Contest has officially returned. Root Sports will be looking for the Ultimate Fan in the state of Idaho throughout the month of July. Send us a photo and a story on our website at rootsports.com/ultimate-fan, and you can win a VIP trip for 2 to Seattle in September, personalized jersey, and more. For official rules, visit rootsports.com. One out, Chris Herman 0 for 2. Fly to center, fouled out to the third baseman. Mike Zunino on the DL, left ankle bone bruise. So we'll be without Zunino, hitting at 189, 12 homers and 29 runs batted in for 10 days. Herman takes a strike, count at 1-1. Mariners got on the board first. That was in the third inning. One out, a double by Guillermo Heredia. Double to left. And then to the top of the order, D. Gordon, first pitch. He singled to right. Mariners had a 1-0 lead. That's a drive deep to right. Chris Herman is first. Mariner home run. And the Mariners have a 3-1 lead. I told him today you're due for a long one. He says, I just want to get on base. Well, you got the home run, big fella. Very nice. 3-1 Seattle. Got it on a 1-0 pitch.
And he turns around a pretty good fastball. I think it was elevated, probably above the belt, out over the plate. High fives all around for him. Primero Supermo in the swing, and it was above the belt.
Good for him. Chris Herman. Here's Guillermo's had a heck of a night. He's 2 for 2, couple of doubles and an RBI. For Herman, just his 4th hit as a Mariner. First home run. One 1 to Heredia. Haniger a late scratch. Guillermo gets a chance to start, and he has made it work. 2 doubles and a run scored and an RBI. Herman's home run makes it below it. 108. Two and 2. D. Gordon on deck. 3-1 Seattle lead here in the 7th. Mariners 105th home run as a team. 8th in the league in homers. Foul back.
Another good aggressive swing by Heredia on a fastball out over the plate. Interesting to watch him the rest of the year. Guillermo getting a chance to play a lot this year, a young player. See the adjustments that he's going to make along the way.
Broken bat, ground ball, stays fair. Quick release, Fletcher got him. Fine play. 2 outs. Go back to the Chris Herman home run. Look at this. Head to sound and plenty of distance up 4th, 5th row.
Yeah, was blinded into the seats.
Top of the order, here's D. Gordon. D 1 for 3 with an RBI. Slider for a strike. Takes there, 1-1. good moment for Chris Herman, his first Mariner home run. Little cushion here makes it a 3-1 ball game. 6 hits for the Mariners. Run on 5 hits for the Angels.
Chris has had a good night.
1-2 today.
He did a nice job behind the plate with Marco Gonzalez tonight too.
A lot of good guidance in there. Rough start for Marco. Loaded him up. Pitch count got high in the first 2 innings. Marco stranded 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Did not go as they checked with Joe West. For this 3-game series with the Angels, Mariners have drawn well. 110,270, averaging 36.757. Two to Gordon, nobody on. And that could be and should be extra bases. Let him run. He's flying. Calhoun. He's going for 3. Here is the throw. Not even close. It's cut off. A triple for D. Gordon. His 3rd of the season. A stand-up 2-out triple here in the 7th.
I think he stays on a breaking ball right here. It is. It's a slider. Kind of backhands it down into the corner, and Calhoun playing towards right center field. No chance to get him.
Didn't even run out of his helmet.
He had to help keep it on though.
He is so much fun to watch. Mariners keeping this inning alive. It's 3-1 Seattle. Some kind of fun to watch D. Gordon know that he has extra bases. And this thing got in the corner. And Calhoun knew he didn't have much of a chance at all. Look at that D.
All that speed, and he really rounds the bases nicely.
3rd triple. And an opportunity to get another run on the board with Gene Segura. Gene with a base hit to right his last time up. He's 1 for 3. If he gets a base hit, it'll be his 36th multi-hit ball game as you look at Cam Bedrosian.
41 appearances, a 3.32 ERA. Only sitting 262. He's given up 5 home runs this year. His average fastball 94 miles an hour, and the curveball.
Up high, ball 1. Bedrosian 2/3 of an inning yesterday. 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. Segura 1 for 1 against Bedrosian. Count at 1-1. So A home run by Herman, a triple by Gordon. 2 outs, and Segura trying to bring D home. Two and one. Pedrosian ready. 2-1 pitch. Chopper. This might work.
It will.
4-1 Mariners. Multi-hit game for Gene Segura. His 36 picks up RBI number 46. Little cushion, bigger cushion for the Mariners here in the 7th.
Great to have a lot of speed at the top of the lineup. And this is right off of the plate, straight up in the air. Nothing that Fletcher, the third baseman, can do but wait for it, and by then, no play.
Baltimore chop right off the plate.
Another multi-hit game for Segura. He's 36 on the year.
Well done by Gene. Hits in his last 2 times up. Here's Denard Span. No sense quitting now. Denard looking for his first hit tonight. He's 0 for 3. A couple of ground outs and a fly out. Segura, good speed. He's at first. 0-1 pitch. The other way. Base hit. Denard Span checking in. On a 2-out work. 3 successive hits here by the Mariners.
The veteran left-handed hitter using the entire field. Sharp line drive into left.
If Nelly can put a big exclamation point on this 7th inning. Walk, single to center, and a walk for Cruz. First pitch strike. Cruz 2 for 2 against Pedrosian. Nelly got an RBI single to right in the 6th inning off of Pedrosian in yesterday's game. Two out, 2 on. A couple runs in on the board. It's a 4-1 Mariner lead. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nelly, a 303 hitter, runners in scoring position with 4 homers and 27 runs batted in. Good opportunity here. 22 home runs, 53 runs batted in for Nelson. Two one. 3-1.
Pedrosian has had a tough time with his fastball. Everything up.
Inning started with Gamble flying out to center. Herman on a 1-0 pitch homer. Heredia grounded out to third. D. Gordon tripled into the right field corner. Baltimore chop RBI infield single Segura and Span a base hit to left. 3-1 to Cruz. And he's aboard to load him up for Kyle Seager. 3rd time Nelly's walked tonight.
Yeah, they have pitched around him all night long.
Get home field advantage on Silver Bullet Saturdays. Download the Coors Light Rewards app and start earning points towards rewards like Mariners tickets and Coors Light gear while supplies last. Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Cruz walking for the 3rd time tonight. Only 1 for 1. Brings up Kyle Seager. It's 0 for 3.
We're talking about Kyle earlier in the ball game and not missing the fastball lately. He should get a fastball to hit with the bases loaded. Nowhere to put him.
Kyle with a grand slam in Toronto this season. He's got 4 for his career. Only grand slam for the team. Whoa, full medley there. 1 grand slam by Mr. Seager. That was in Toronto. Chance to blow it open right here in the 7th. 4 runs on 9 hits for the Mariners. A run on 5 hits for the Angels. 0-1 to Kyle. Fouled off.
A couple of high fastballs up out of the strike zone.
Kyle, the 8th man to the plate here in the 7th inning. Pedrosian, 3rd man out of the pen for the Angels. Here we go. 0-2, 2 out, bases loaded. Ball 1. Houston's already won tonight, 4-3. Rally to win that one in the 9th. Beat the White Sox down in Houston. Mariners with a win tonight will stay a game and a half behind the first place Astros. Seager trying to make something happen here. A 1-2 pitch coming. Great stop by Maldonado. 2-2.
See if Kyle can get the fastball down. With Pedrosian struggling with his fastball. 3 fastballs to Kyle in this at bat, and all of them up out of the strike zone.
Big spot. 4-1 lead. A 2-2 pitch. Bases loaded. And check swing foul. Scott Brocious had to get out of the way.
And another high fastball.
What's Scott's reaction? Hello?
Wishing he had a glove.
Do it again at 2-2. A full count. Here we go. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Everybody will be on the move. Kyle Seager will try to give it a ride here. Pedrosian, he gets set. The pitch bounced foul to Chris Prieto, the first base coach.
And that time it was a good fastball for Kyle to hit. 96 miles an hour, but it was in the middle of the plate.
1 grand slam this season, 4 career for Kyle Seager. And in the crowd of 32,128 on their feet. Turning up the volume here at Safeco Field. Pedrosian comes set. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, but the Mariners get 2 runs on 4 hits. They leave them loaded. Chris Herman got his first home run as a Mariner. 1-0 pitch, and he drove it out of here. And an infield RBI single by Gene Segura makes this a 4-1 Mariner lead heading to the 8th. By Jack in the Box. This season, a Mariners double play means free Jumbo Jacks from Jack in the Box. By Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. By CenturyLink, connecting you to the power of the digital world. And by BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. We've had one of those tonight. Chris Herman in the home seventh on a gorgeous night here in Seattle. As folks around here say, summer's officially here. July 3, 4, 5 is when it gets going. Chris Herman, first Mariner home run, and Alex Colomé, second man out of the pen. He'll pitch the eighth.
38 appearances, 35 in the third, 33 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .261. He's given up 4 home runs this year. Mid-90s fastball with a slider.
He's got Mike Trout leading off. Mike Trout 3 for 9 against Alex, 2 home runs. Trout has struck out looking twice and doubled. Marco Gonzalez in line to win his 9th game, and that would give him the team lead. He went 6 innings of 5 hit, 1 run ball, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, and 102 pitches, 62 for strikes. There's a strike from Alex, 1-1. Trout, Upton, and Pujols 3, 4, and 5 here for the Angels in the 8th. Plays fastball.
He has a good fastball tonight, 97 miles an hour. Trout, a very good low ball hitter, and that right at the top of the strike zone.
Trout, one for 3 tonight. Colomé steps on. Trout walked intentionally twice last night, once on Tuesday night. Ball and 2 strikes. Colomé deals. Got him! Struck him out for the 3rd time tonight. 1 away in the 8th. Good start for this stint for Colomé.
Primera Supermo. Little slider. First couple of strikeouts of Trout. He was looking this time, swinging through the slider. After a couple of really good fastballs on the inside corner.
Justin Upton 0 for 2 of the walk. He struck out. Upton 0 for 2 career against Colomé. Ball 1. Mariners had their 8-game win streak snapped last night by these Angels. 7-4. Garrett Richards, strong performance. 5 1/3, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, a walk, and 8 Ks. A little different story here tonight. 2-0. 2 balls, 1 strike to Justin Upton. '17 homers, second on the team behind Mike Trout. 3rd on the team in RBIs with 45, behind Trout and Pujols. 2-1.
This is some of the best stuff we've seen from Colomé. This fastball at 97, a little cut slider, 94, well located.
Get him on a run along the way Diaz has been pitching. Boy, that is a feel-good situation. 8th, 9th innings. Bazos pitches scoreless. 7th inning. Here's a 2-2 pitch here to Upton. Full count. Alex coming over, May 25 with Bernard Span from Tampa Bay. Three-two pitch. Lost it.
Wow.
Take a look at the Mariners calendar. Day off on Monday, be a travel day, leave late in the afternoon, get down to Southern California. 3 games with these Angels. And we'll see the Rockies again, so back-to-back weekends of these 2 teams. And then the All-Star break. The Mariners will open the second half at home against the White Sox. The Giants will come to town. Then we go back to Anaheim. There's Pujols. Albert 2 for 8 against Colomé. 1 of the hits a home run. Mariners have turned 1 double play. That was to get out of the first inning. 1-1.
Luis Valbuena on deck.
He did some damage last night, starting at third base, 2 for 4, knocked in 2 runs, a double and an RBI. Colomé looking for a ground ball right here. 1-1 pitch. He gets it, but it's a base hit through the hole. Hard smash by Pujols. So here come the Angels with 1 out. 1 for 4 night for Pujols. Moving to second base is Upton.
It's going to be a slider in the middle of the plate. 92 miles an hour.
That brings up Luis Valbuena. He's going to pinch hit for Marte. Gotta be careful with this guy. He's looking for the long ball. He had a big pinch hit home run here a couple years ago. He'll stay on and play first base. Valbuena 0 for 2 against Colomé. 1 out. Tying run at the plate. Strike 1.
Outfielders are all playing deep.
Yep.
Just in front of the warning track.
Another critical juncture in this ball game. Upton and Pujols at first and second. There's the 0-1. Colomé in charge. 0-2. Valbuena at .216, hitter with 9 homers and 30 runs batted in at 76 games. Short stint with the Mariners, Cleveland, Houston, Angels. Oh, 2 pitch, 1 out, 2 on. Ball 1.
See, he likes to pull the ball, although he hit the ball the other way a couple of times last night.
Double into the left field corner, double a base hit in the left center. Alex trying to put him away here. 1-2. Colomé deals. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 2 down. Big strikeout.
And after a couple of fastballs, back to the slider, in off the plate, and gets him to chase it. Well located.
Ends up being Kinsler. Very big strikeout. You get Valbuena. Brings up Kinsler. 2 out, 2 on. 1 for 3. Reached on an error by Seager. Base hit to center. Run scored. And a fly out to right. Swing and a miss. Angel 0 for 3 career against Calumet. Four runs, 9 hits, and an error for the Mariners. A run on 6 hits for the Angels. Cole Calhoun with a sac fly in the 4th, their only run. A 1 pitch. D6, but well out of the zone. 1-1. See where Herman sets up. Broken bat. D. Gordon, what a play!
What a great play by D. Gordon. I did not think he was going to be able to get to this line drive and full extension dive to end the inning. What a play.
Called himself the best second baseman in the league. Cha-ching! Long time. D. Gordon, full extension, Superman dive, floppy glove, holds on to it. My goodness. That was going to get 1 run for sure. And that shuts down the Angels in the top of the 8th inning. And nobody more relieved and proud of his teammate, Alex Calamandi. Dude, had it all the way.
It is one thing when you're diving straight out, but when you have to reach up in the air as you're diving, that makes it difficult. What a play.
That was big time. Really big time. Home 8th now. Taylor Cole takes over. He's got Healy, Gamble, and Herman here in the home 8th.
His fastball 93 miles an hour. Slider changeup.
Healy looking for a bust out here tonight as he fouls one off the end of the bat. He's fouled out to the first baseman who struck out swinging twice. Luis Valbuena takes over at first, and Mr. Diaz is readying in the bullpen. Taylor Cole, 4th man out of the pen for the Angels. That's a solid stroke, a smash, but Upton's right there. 1 out. Here's Angie Menting.
All right. Hey guys, use the hashtag #WhereIRoot presented by Alaska Airlines, and when you use that hashtag, it gives us permission to use your photo on the air. Rachel checks in. Mother-in-law Sue is flying from Juneau, Alaska, to see Friday and Saturday's game here at Safeco Field. And then we've got Sarah introducing apparently her Italian friends to baseball. Va bene. And finally, we've got Dave waiting for the sun to set on these Angels. The hashtag to use is Where I Root, presented by Alaska Airlines. Guys, back to you.
All right, Angie, thank you very much. Ben Gamble, 0 for 2, walking, a run scored. Check down to Joe West. Ball 2 strikes to Ben.
You mentioned that Diaz was getting loose in the pen. Juan Nicasio also getting loose.
Maldonado ticked. He couldn't hold on to that foul. Foul tip. One-two pitch. He went chasing. 2 outs. Time now for a Rocket Mortgage breakdown. Most strikeouts in relief, and right on the heels of Josh Hader in Milwaukee. Have you seen him, Josh Hader?
I have not.
The long-haired kid, left-handed comes sidearm, and he's as devastating as Diaz is. It's amazing. Here's Chris Herman, homered. First Mariner homer, got it on a 1-0 pitch. 1 out in the 7th. First Mariner, long ball. One and 1. Good. One pitch. Bouncing ball foul. 1-2.
Good try on the backhanded play.
All right, that night is made. Well, TV time. There we go. Mr. Diaz will have 8, 9, and 1 in the order for the Angels in the 9th. 1-2 to Chris Herman. 2-2. Two pitch. Full count. Seeing a lot of Chris Herman with Zunino on the DL with a left ankle bone bruise. 2 outs, nobody on. Payoff pitch. And he's aboard with a walk. A 2-out walk. Another opportunity to swing the bat for Guillermo Heredia. Double, run scored, RBI double, and a ground out. Guillermo, both doubles, one into the left field corner, one to the gap. It's really something that's got service for the game. Talking about wants to see him pull the ball more, and that's exactly what he's done tonight. His 3rd at bat, he grounded out the 3rd.
He's been able to handle the fastball tonight.
Pitcher's pitch right there. 1-1. All 2 strikes.
A couple of tough pitches. Both at the knees on the corners.
1-2 to Guillermo. Herman, no advance. Right now, Diaz the only one throwing in that Mariners pen. Mariners with the lead, 4-1. 4 runs, 9 hits, and an error. 1 run, 6 hits, no errors for the Angels. Running the third for the Mariners. Gordon RBI, another one in the 5th, already RBI. Guillermo keeping the AB alive. Home run by Herman in the 7th, and an RBI by Segura later on in the same inning. Two balls, 2 strikes to Guillermo Heredia. More big games coming up. Rockies come to town. We'll see the Angels 3 more times next week. Pulled foul, handled by Scott Brocious. Hopefully the Mitch Haniger bruised right knee will not keep him out of action too long. Scratched right before tonight's game, about an hour or so. Marco Gonzalez has a chance to win his 9th game of this season. 2-2 pitch. Full count. D. Gordon wouldn't mind another opportunity to swing the bat. He's got 2 hits, a single and a triple and an RBI tonight, and a spectacular run-saving, diving, leaping catch in the 8th. Herman ready to run at first. Felt Blaine goosing him there. Here's a pitch swung on and foul tipped into the glove of Maldonado. That'll do it. It's Edwin Diaz time. When we come back, it's 4-1 Mariners. Your last night. Look at this Baryshnikov-like leap to Rob Segura, and a couple of runs we're going to score on that one, and then D. Gordon tonight. My goodness,
One of the best plays we've seen this year.
Man, oh man, that is a full commitment, a layout there. The universal save leader is on, Edwin Diaz.
45 appearances, 33 saves, 72 strikeouts in 45 innings, a 2.4 ERA. Opponents hitting just 161 against him, upper 90s with his fastball and a slider.
His first batter is going to be Shohei Ohtani. Continues to hear it from Mariner fans. First pitch in there, a strike. It's pinch hitting from Maldonado. The 0-1. 1-1 before the game. Pre-game, Ohtani comes over and pays homage to the great Ichiro. Here's 1-1 pitch. 2-1. Yeah, he came bouncing out of the dugout, got over to Ichiro, took his hat off, gave him a bow. Very respectful. 2-1. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ohtani, 287, 6 homers, 20 runs batted in 45 games. He went 2 for 4 last night. Big swing and a miss, struck him out. 1 down.
And a good fastball from Diaz tonight. A fastball in the inner half of the plate, but at 98 miles an hour.
That is some sheer electricity from Edwin Diaz. Here's Cole Calhoun. 4-1 lead for the Mariners. First pitch. Strike 1.
He starts him with a slider on the outside corner.
Calhoun said 2 for 4 against Diaz, and both have been home runs. Edwin will be careful here. 1-1. To Calhoun. Long foul ball.
Colomé with good stuff tonight. Diaz the same. His fastball is 98, slider 89-90.
Well, at 2 strikes to Cole Calhoun. Sacrifice fly back in the 4th inning. The only Angels run. Comes a 1-2 pitch. Fought it off.
His best fastball, 99 miles an hour.
Out, nobody on, top 9, 4-1 Mariners. A 1-2 pitch. 2-2. Diaz Tuesday night went 1-2-3 in the 9th against the Angels. Ground out. 2 ground outs and a strikeout of Ohtani to end it. It's 2-2 here to Cole Calhoun. Here we go. 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him too. 2 down.
So difficult after the 99-mile-an-hour fastball. He comes right back with his slider. And typical, right at the bottom of the strike zone, maybe even out of the strike zone. Calhoun right over the top of it. It's been a devastating pitch this year. The slider down.
2 strikeouts, top of the order, David Fletcher. First pitch, strike. And he's way ahead. 0-2. 4-1 Mariners, 2 out, nobody on. Diaz way ahead of Fletcher. 0-2 up high for ball 1. Looking to put him away. Pitch, swing and a miss. He does. Strikes out the side. Game over. Mariners win it 4-1, and they close out this series, winning 2 out of 3 against the Angels. A lot of good stuff here tonight as the Mariners stay a game and a half behind first place Houston.
And it starts with Marco Gonzalez, his 9th win on the season. Really had to work his way through 6 innings, giving up just the 1 run, turn it over to the bullpen, and then some clutch hitting. A lot of offense from the bottom of the order, which was good to see. 7, 8, 9 scored 3 of the 4 runs and drive in a couple.
Diaz, 34th save. Mariners win 9 of the last 10, and they'll welcome in Colorado tomorrow. For Mike Flowers, I'm Dave Sims. Right now, Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines starts right now with Brad and Dave.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. How about the triple from Gordon? That catch to end the 8th inning was fantastic. Diaz saves number 34. Second 4-1 win that he saved this series. Val, 34 of 37. You can remember when you played, Val, 34 saves was a heck of a season for a closer. Well, my goodness.
And it should have been all power. Tonight it was just dominating out there against the Angels. Looked like they just had no chance against that fastball. The slider was sharp. This young man is as good as it gets.
34 again of 37. He strikes out the side in the 9th inning. The Mariners win, like we talked about, Val, another series and another game. They push the Angels back in the West there.
And another great start by Marco Gonzalez. You know, you just can't get away from the great effort that he gave out there, coming off his first complete game, showing up here against the Angels, an in-division rival, and did an excellent job tonight.
Win number 9 on the season for Marco. More on him later, but right now let's get down to the man who was not even supposed to start today. Standing by with Jen Mueller.
Yeah, Guillermo Heredia was supposed to have the day off. Then Mitch Haniger isn't able to play, so he gets pressed into service. Before we talk about his night, how about the catch of D. Gordon to end the 8th inning?
No, es algo espectacular, es algo que hace grande un equipo y gracias a Dios las victorias están saliendo y estamos haciendo buen trabajo.
It was a great catch. Thank God, you know, we winning the games, and it seems like every night we do something good.
Nelson, you were on the bench for that catch. What was your reaction to D?
It was remarkable, you know. I mean, he can fly, I guess, in the air. It was pretty nice.
Yeah, he can fly around the bases and in the air. Guillermo, let's go back to you not originally be in the starting lineup. How does it change your preparation for the game when you're a last-minute add?
Cuando tú no estás jugando en la alineación, ¿cómo cambia eso tu mentalidad?
No, es algo que uno está preparado para jugar, uno no sabe la situación de los compañeros cómo puedan estar en el día y siempre estoy dispuesto a salir al terreno a hacer lo mejor.
He was ready to play, you know, even he doesn't know because, I mean, he come up from the bench, you know that, and he was ready to play.
A couple of hits tonight, Guillermo. Earlier in the homestand, we saw you hitting the ball to right. Tonight, it's to left. What's the difference when you pull the ball?
Temprano en la serie te vieron bateando para right field y ahora te vieron bateando para left field. ¿Cuál es la diferencia cuando tú la pules?
La diferencia es el entrenamiento. Uno va corrigiendo los errores al bate que uno va teniendo y se trabajó para eso y gracias a Dios salieron.
Training, I mean, he be working on us, you know, and the results that they tried today.
I have one more question for Guillermo, but first, the energy that Guillermo brings. How do you describe that, Nelly?
Well, I mean, he, like I said earlier, you know, and all the guys they ask me about it, I think he will be a future Gold Glove. You know, the way he played the game in the outfield is unbelievable. He caught every ball, so we're gonna have a future Gold Glove.
Future Gold Glove, I like it. Here's what fans might not know. Every day when we see Guillermo in the clubhouse, we ask Guillermo, how are you? And every day he gives us a new phrase. Guillermo, what was your phrase today when we said, how are you?
Dandy.
I think that sums up his evening for sure as the Mariners get back on the winning track. Thank you to Nelson Cruz for providing the translation and Guillermo Heredia for his play.
Oh, dandy, Jen. Thank you very much. Always good to see Nelly help out there. And Guillermo, a heck of a night again. Not going to start. Mitch Haniger scratched with a right knee bruise. Here comes Heredia. A couple of knocks, a run scored, and an RBI. So we will also hear.
I love seeing Nelly being his translator out there.
I do like that, right?
You know, you just think he's a future Guante de Oro. Gold Glover.
Gold Glover.
Right.
You could translate it well a little bit. I like that. We're going to talk to Chris Herman a little bit later on, as well as Marco Gonzalez after the big win. But again, that catch from D. Gordon, saving Colomé in the 8th inning. It's 4-1 at this point. A couple of runners on, 2 outs. Looks like a sure base hit for Kinsler, right? But Gordon out of nowhere lays out and robs Kinsler of a hit and an RBI and a rally killing out there by D. Gordon. Again, Herman, Gonzalez coming up here on Mariners postgame, presented by Alaska Airlines, as Gordon and the Mariners win themselves another series.